What if Izuku Midoriya wasn't born quirkless? In the canon story, his weakness became his greatest strength. Being powerless made him worthy of inheriting one for all. But imagine a world where Deku already had his own ability. Everything about his life would change, from childhood to UA to the wars with villains. Let's start with his parents. His mom, Inko, had a telekinetic quirk. It looked unimpressive because she never trained with it, but even small-scale telekinesis can be deadly if pushed to its limits. Characters like Reiko Yanagi show what refined object control can do in battle. His father, Hisashi, had fire breath. Simple on the surface, but not all fire quirks are the same. Burnant's blazing hair proves that fire can be molded creatively, into weapons, projectiles, or even used for flight. Blend these two together and you get something unique. I call it Dragon Fire. Izuku's lungs would be the quirk factor, letting him breathe out flames and shape them at will. Not just blasting fire like a flamethrower, but sculpting it into forms, claws, waves, or even dragon-like constructs. Growing up with Dragon Fire, Deku would be completely different. No bullying, no doubt about his future. Instead of timid and insecure, he'd grow up fiery, confident, and bold. Imagine him with the passion of Rengoku from Demon Slayer, charging forward with unstoppable energy. His obsession with heroes would stay, but instead of wishing he could be like them, he'd actually imitate them. See Mount Lady make a giant fist? He'd try shaping fire the same way. Watch Kamui Woods extend branches? Deku would create flame tendrils. And what about Bakugo? Their relationship flips. No bullying. Instead, rivalry. Every time Bakugo blasted something, Deku countered with fire. Every time Deku improved, Bakugo pushed harder. Years of competition would make them stronger than ever, entering UA already hardened by countless battles. By the time his quirk manifested, Izuku wouldn't be asking, "Can I be a hero?" He'd already know it was only a matter of how great he could become. Fast forward to the UA entrance exam. Canon Deku only passed because of rescue points. Dragonfire Deku? He'd destroy it. Robots would melt under his flames, while he'd also save classmates for extra points. With his mix of destruction and heroism, Deku would easily take first place. His hero costume would also change. No bunny-eared knockoff his mom stitched together. With a fire quirk, he'd need professional fireproof gear. Maybe dragon-themed armor, maybe something inspired by fighter planes. He wouldn't copy All Might. He'd build his own fiery identity from day one. At UA's first battle training, Deku's clash with Bakugo would be legendary. Instead of the weak kid surprising the bully, it would be two rivals showing the entire class what peak potential looks like. Explosions against Dragonfire. Precision against raw power. Their classmates would instantly see them as prodigies on another level. During the USJ attack, Deku would struggle in the water zone. Fire loses effectiveness there, but that's where heroes grow out of their comfort zone. Maybe he learns to create bursts of steam to propel himself. Maybe he uses limited oxygen to blast upward. Like Canon Deku breaking his bones, this version would find creativity under pressure. Then comes the sports festival. Canon Deku pushed Todoroki to accept his fire side. But imagine the duel if Deku himself wielded fire. His flames would keep Todoroki from freezing himself, forcing Shoto to unleash both halves of his power early. It would be a fight of control versus abundance. Shoto overwhelming with ice and fire, Deku countering with precision flame manipulation. Legendary, maybe even surpassing their canon battle. Training arcs change too. Instead of Gran Torino, Endeavor would notice. Another fire prodigy? He wouldn't ignore it. While Shoto stays his priority, Endeavor would still train Deku, teaching flame regulation, envelopment, even aerial combat. And the biggest twist, Deku wouldn't inherit one for all. Mirio Togata would. With OFA, Mirio would become nearly unstoppable, while Deku forged his own path with Dragonfire. By the time the League of Villains escalates into war, Dragonfire would likely awaken. Fire quirks often evolve, and for Deku that could mean fiery wings for flight, dragon-shaped constructs, or full-body flame armor. He wouldn't just breathe fire, he'd become the dragon itself. Against Shigaraki, Dragonfire would be the perfect counter. Decay spreads by contact, but it can't burn through flames. Deku could surround himself with fire, cutting off Shigaraki's ability to touch the ground. Continuous flame would also suppress his regeneration. Unlike Canon Deku, this version wouldn't hesitate. He wouldn't try to redeem a mass murderer, he'd fight to end the threat. Together with Bakugo and Todoroki, Deku would form a new trinity of heroes. Bakugo's explosions, Todoroki's ice and fire, and Deku's dragon fire. Instead of one chosen successor, this era would be led by rivals pushing each other to greater heights. Without inheriting one for all, the story of that power shifts. Mirio carries it with Sir Nitai's guidance. But Deku proves something crucial. You don't need one for all to be the top hero. His dragon fire evolves into a power equal to any legacy. By the endgame, Deku could soar on blazing wings, smash Nomu with dragon-shaped fire avatars, and clash directly with All for One. Fire has always been effective against him. Endeavor nearly ended him even after losing an arm. With dragon fire evolved, Deku could finish the job. Shigaraki too would find himself fighting not a desperate boy, but a blazing dragon who could match him blow for blow. The result? Both One for All and All for One could vanish together, their century-long rivalry ending once and for all. In their place rises a new age of heroes, an age not built on a single torchbearer, but on rivals who carved their own destiny. Deku wouldn't be remembered as the boy who inherited power, but as the dragon who created his own legend.